They say every kid is afraid of the monster under their bed, but nobody talks about what happens when the monster has your last name. Dana Michael Loomis, that's his name. My father, or at least that's what the paperwork says, because father is supposed to be a verb, something you do, not something you disappear from. I met him once, before I was 17, just enough to know the shape of absence. No Christmas gifts, no birthday calls, no house school, no I'm proud of you, just silence. And silence is allowed when you're a kid trying to understand why your name never echoes through someone else's hallway. Grandma would write me ink instead of presents, paper instead of protection, letters trying to stitch together what he tore open before I even knew what abandonment meant. Every birthday I would imagine what I would say to him. Each year a new conversation with someone who never picked up the phone. Sometimes I was brave, and sometimes I was angry. And sometimes I just wanted to ask, why wasn't I enough for you to stay? Because when someone disappears, a child fills in the blanks with hope. I imagined a hero kept from me, a good man lost in circumstances, a father trying to find his way back home. I thought maybe there was a story where he tried. Then I met him at 17, and I learned something that no kid should ever have to learn. That sometimes the monster isn't under your bed, sometimes the monster opens the door. Abusive, manipulative, hurtful, not a hero. Not the hero that I thought I'd been kept from, but the reason I had been protected. And suddenly, all those years that I thought I was missing something, I realized something had been missing me, and that he was the one who gave up, not once, but repeatedly. Built 3 families, 3 separate families on the foundation of a son that he left unfinished. Like I was a rough draft that he didn't feel like revising. I grew up with so many holes, it was like mental pitted keratosis. Places where confidence should have lived, places where security should have breathed, little craters where belonging was supposed to grow. I wondered for years, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? What part of me was so easy to leave behind? But when I met him, I realized something. Grandma wasn't hiding him. Mom wasn't keeping him away. They were shielding me from the storm that breaks children before they even know they're bleeding. And they weren't gatekeepers, they were guardians, because sometimes love isn't giving a child everything. Sometimes love is removing the danger before the child learns to call pain normal. And here's what nobody tells you. Absence can be a blueprint. Pain can be a teacher. And broken can still build, because every hole he left became a place that I decided to fill differently. Where he disappeared, I showed up. Where he was silent, I speak life. And where he broke, I decided to build. Because legacy isn't what you inherit. Legacy is what you refuse to repeat. And my children know what it feels like to wonder, don't know what it feels like to wonder if dad's coming home. They don't rehearse conversations with someone who never calls. They don't question if they're enough, because I answer every time. Bedtime stories, park days, big hugs, little hands wrapped around fingers that do not let go. They don't know court dates are just another way dad fights to stay dad. They don't know dad is there. They just know that dad is there. And maybe that's the victory. Because monsters don't get to decide how stories end. We do. And I am not what he left. I am what continues. I am the line that did not break. I am the proof that absence doesn't have the final word, because legacy isn't blood, it's presence, it's effort, it's love that refuses to clock out. The monster under the bed doesn't scare me anymore, because I became the man who checks under my children's beds, so they never have to wonder if they're safe. Some legacies are inherited, but others are rewritten.